None of man's fantasies of evil can compare with the reality of Jaws.
Bad fish, but I'll catch him and kill him.
Did you hear your father? Out of the water now!
This shark, swallow you whole.
From the best-selling novel, Jaws, rated PG, maybe too intense for younger children.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this awesome epic channel. We have ourselves a special guest right here. We're going to get right into that after we talk about our weekend real quick. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Just got back from California, did a Joe show out there, toy show.
How was it?
It was pretty cool for what it was, yeah. Luckily I had family out there, so I was able to stay. If I had to pay to like for room and board, it probably wouldn't have worked out good, but I was able to move some stuff.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I actually ran into some people I know too, like that have been in the shop that are from out of state too, so it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, it was a great weekend, man. We worked the shop and just kind of trudging along with the same old crap that we're always doing. You know.
This is our guest. Our guest right here is Aaron Soren. I'm calling him Soren, but he can correct me on his last name. What is that?
Sorenson.
Sorenson.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call him
You can call me
Sauron
that,
from
that's fine.
AKA X-Men, you know, the big pterodactyl guy. Look at him. So, our special guest, we brought you in because we wanted to just talk about your shop. So let's jump right into it. Do you have any questions? Or
I mean, he can say what the shop is and kind of tell us a little bit about it. Yeah.
Look at this awesome shirt. Let's see if you can guess.
Yeah, man. So recently opened Monger Collectibles in Mesa, Arizona. So we
What's that address?
1455 South Stapley Drive, Mesa, Arizona, Suite 26.
Nice.
Yeah. So come check us out. We're excited. It's a horror themed collectible store. You know.
So I'm assuming you're a horror fan?
Just a little bit.
Just
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
What's your
just a
favorite
little
horror movie?
I would say Silence of the Lambs, but some people would argue that's just a thriller. But that's one of my favorites, and that and Hellraiser. Hellraiser's my
Top
my
three.
jam.
Go. So Silence of the Lamb.
Hellraiser, Pet Cemetery, Silence of the Lambs.
Beautiful.
Hellraiser franchise though, or just
No,
Hellraiser?
just
Okay,
Hell-
all right.
Oh, I'd say the first three.
Okay.
First three.
Okay.
Yeah. When they get into space, it gets a little weird.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
that little twist.
Yeah.
The little twist in
Yeah.
space. Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're readers, but the books are great. The Hellbound Heart, follows the movie to a T. But the second book, Scarlet Gospels, is phenomenal. It's nothing like the movies. It's more like magical demons and
Oh, okay.
Were the books written before the movies, or were the movies first?
the book before the movies, but the Scarlet Gospels, I'm not too sure on that one.
2009, I think.
So it's
Okay.
after.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
for
would
sure.
be after, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Clive
sweet.
Barker, man, he's got a mind on him.
He definitely does. I have to
out
get the
there.
cliff notes on the books though, because I'm not reading any novels anytime soon.
Even if it's horror,
I just can't get it.
you
I
got
don't read anymore, man.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's mostly when you're flying, like I'm flying out of town, got nothing to do.
Yeah.
You do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hawaii, actually.
Do you do traveling for your for the show? He said Hawaii.
I haven't done any traveling for the business yet. Really done any shows. I mean, I think the only show we did, and I was like a sore thumb sticking out, was the TCG Topia. I was the only.
Oh, did you do that one?
I did.
Okay.
It was before I opened the shop.
Yeah.
So this was like a year ago. And
Okay.
Did the set up all my horror stuff, but
Yeah.
Chucky dolls, and dude, I must have sold like $40 worth of stuff that whole day.
Yeah, it's definitely a heavy Pokemon show. We did the first one. Luckily, I had some Pokemon stuff, but I had some Pokemon figures and
Yeah.
stuff. And even that didn't sell. I was like, oh, okay.
It was definitely a different crowd,
Yeah.
which is all good. It looked like a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But my tattoo artist had a booth, and he's like, "Sell with me and hang out." And
You're like, why not? Let's go.
I maybe want to get into collecting Pokemon
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. It's
Oh, man.
it's a rabbit hole, man. I don't know,
I hear
man.
it's wild now.
It got real hot again. Like it goes in these waves every few years. Like it's always pretty good, but then like a good set comes out and it just
Yeah, it's never gonna
everybody's
go
into it
away.
again.
It's
Yeah.
just one of those things where you gotta like catch the wave right when it's like on its up.
Yeah. I hear it's pretty cutthroat though.
Oh yeah, very cutthroat. We don't even carry like loose cards anymore or anything like that because just the market's too like volatile on that. And then the customers, man, like I thought toy customers were kind of rough sometimes to deal with, but these guys always want deals and they want to check it all out. And
Yeah.
oh, this has a little thing on there. Can you do this? And they want to pay what I actually paid for it. Oh, the market went down on this, and it's like so we don't even deal with loose
much
cards
haggle.
anymore.
Yeah.
I'll do package stuff all day because it's packaged. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's what the price is. So.
Right.
But I can't get packaged stuff right now because
They're always all sold out.
they're sold
Let's
out.
get back to your shop.
Sure.
When did
Yeah.
you open-
Yeah.
We can talk about Pokemon all
Oh, no,
day.
yeah.
We love that
Nah,
stuff.
yeah,
But when did you open your shop? What inspired you to open this shop? Was it just like a lifelong dream? Give me the details. Come on.
Yeah, so just we opened Black Friday, so it was the day after Thanksgiving of this year.
Nice.
It was something that had been kind of planned out over the last year. You know, I've always been a collector of horror-themed figures and just random stuff. And actually, I remember coming to Jason's shop when he first opened and trying to wheel and deal with him over some figures. I was always on the hunt for stuff. And
Did you hit him with a how low will you go on this?
kind of situation?
He was buying higher dollar stuff,
like
so
that,
it's
yeah.
kind of like, you know, he bundled some stuff. It wasn't like, hey, like grab one thing and I'll bundle when you buy some high dollar stuff, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And I've always
Yeah.
been. I want the stuff that people don't want to sell, or the stuff you can't just find at every shelf at like a Target or something. You know, it's and he had a really good collection, and you know, I was able to snag a few cool things. I think they were the Cinema of Fear figures, if I remember right.
the Cinema of Fear, I know you picked up at a show for me. I can't remember
Okay.
what show, because I remember I had them there. Nobody else looked at them, and you came up and were like, I think I had two of them. Yeah,
That's right. Yep.
here or maybe was it here? You got the Pamela Voorhees and the
Oh,
Jason,
yeah.
the San Diego one
Comic-Con
too.
exclusive, yeah.
Yeah,
So back to kind of that is that was like my passion is, you know, on the hunt, man, constantly. And you know, I have an office at home, and it just was filled with horror collectibles, and you know, always watching horror movies with my wife, who's not a huge horror fan, but you know, she probably knows more about it than most people. But that kind of inspired to me, like, you know, why don't I open a shop? And you know, I've seen some other shops kind of do it, like Evil Izzy's and Morbid Mystique, and you know, it definitely inspired me to just be my own boss and enjoy doing something I love, you know. So I took a chance and a gamble, and it was, man, great decision. Could have been better.
What would you say like your favorite or most like, you know, prize horror collection that you have like in your own collection at home? Is it at the shop, or do you have it like at home? Like, do you still have like your own personal stuff at home?
I have some personal stuff at home. It really just depends on what, because some of my favorite things to collect personally would be life-size busts. So that is like one of my favorite things to collect. That and original one-sheet movie posters.
Nice.
Big fan of those. And then a lot of like the Mondo-style alternative posters. Big fan of those. So I'd say one of the prize pieces I have acquired, and it's one of 5, is a Judd Crandall bust from Pet Cemetery, and made by what is it?
You said one of 5?
Yeah, yeah. It's
You have a picture of it?
I'd have to look.
Oh, okay.
But I'll show you. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's-
wanna
if you have
see
it,
it.
we'll definitely put
Yeah,
it up. We'll show
that
it off.
probably looks incredible.
It's great, man.
Was that like
Yeah.
your holy grail? Was that like the one you needed to get?
Yeah, I mean, it really was another collector who was just kind of moving on from his collection, and I was like, holy crap, I'll take it. And he was out of state, and he shipped it to me, and that's one that I would probably not. I wouldn't sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's in the shop now, and you know, it's probably the best lifelike to Fred Gwynn that I've seen.
I did see it. Yeah, last time I was in there, you do have it up on the wall. Yeah, with his
Yeah.
razor blade in his mouth
Yeah.
slashed.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, but once you got it, it wasn't enough, right? Because once you got it, you felt like that relief of like, holy, I have this. But
Yeah.
then like immediately afterwards, you're like, what can I get next?
Yeah, always, man, always. It's just like I'll say it. It's kind of like an addiction, you know.
Oh yeah.
You get that new piece in, that new item you've been after, and it only lasts that high for it only lasts so long. You know, you want the next thing. So.
But it's definitely like a satisfaction. Like you get to look at it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. I like buy stuff that I've collected, and I look at it, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Yep. So it's a great piece, man. And then I'd say, you know, I have a Shining, and that's at home. I had it professionally framed. It's a Shining print by an artist named Laurent Deroux, and it's like a $900 print. I mean,
Wow.
just, you know, it's crazy that you pay $900 for a little piece of paper that, you know, one of 30 or whatever, and you know, had it framed so it's beautiful, so it's hanging up, and you know, got some cast sign pieces that I probably wouldn't let go, but I'd say there's only a few items that I'd really fight selling. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you said like your top 3 movies. Is there any movies that you would recommend to the audience to watch that maybe they might not know about?
The Substance.
Horror movie. Oh, The Substance. There you go.
You know, I'm sure a lot of people probably heard of it if you're.
They heard of it, but a lot of people haven't watched it.
Right.
But that movie was incredible.
Yeah.
That body horror was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
woo-hoo-hoo.
And
You seen it? Oh, you haven't? It's
Oh, you gotta watch
you
it.
gotta.
I
watch
keep hearing
it.
about it. It's one of those
Yeah.
ones that's on my list, but I got to get around to
No, it's
watching it.
beautiful. Just the cinematography, the sound
The sound
effects of it.
effects, man. The music, soundtrack, everything.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. So I'd say watch that. You know, it's definitely was my favorite movie as of the last couple of years.
Okay.
I can watch it over and over.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So, yeah, I would definitely check that out if you have not.
If you have not seen it, there you go, right there. The Substance. That movie is really good.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley, who's phenomenal and she's gorgeous. Man, she did great in that movie. Demi did great in that movie. And then I forget her name all the time, but the director, I think she's French. I can't remember her name, but she, I think, did this movie. One of her first serious movies that got some attention was called Revenge,
Okay.
which was, I think, a Shudder exclusive. It was really well, man. Yeah, she does a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know the director on that one, Edgar?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I was like, Edgar's our director guy.
4J or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
But I can't pronounce it.
And that's Revenge, not Prevenge?
It's not Revenge.
Okay.
It's Revenge.
Okay.
Revenge, yeah.
Really good movie.
Well, because
Yeah.
Prevenge is like French, I think, too, or something.
Oh, is it?
I
You're
think.
thinking of Inside.
No, there's one called Prevenge where she's like
No,
pregnant.
I love that movie,
Yeah.
by the way,
Oh,
Inside.
Inside's crazy.
Yeah, Martyrs too.
You ever seen High Tension?
Yeah,
Oh,
High
I love
Tension.
that movie.
I'm a big fan of foreign films, a lot of French, especially the French stuff. It's man, they cross that line a lot of people don't want to.
Oh, and it's
And,
beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
Martyrs is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, like on foreign and you know, speaking of foreign films, the Sadness. Have you seen The Sadness?
Yes, I know what you're
Another
talking
great
about.
one.
You seen it?
Yeah, dude, that one's. Yeah.
Was it sad?
It's brutal and sad, and
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's.
Yeah, so many emotions.
Yeah.
All up in your feels.
You get in your
yeah.
feels,
Would
yeah.
you watch it again?
Yeah, I'd show somebody it
Yeah.
that hasn't
Yeah.
seen it. Be like,
We had
check
it
this
playing in
out.
the store.
Yeah.
It was before opening though,
Oh, really?
but I
Okay.
wouldn't be just playing that.
Yeah.
throughout the day. Yeah.
I don't know. You're saying you play some stuff in there. I'm like, man. really?
Yeah, I mean it's really big. Like I'll be okay with like the gore and you know the slaughtering and stuff in movies, but you know if there's like sexual scenes in it, then it's different. Like I don't want some 6-year-old to come in with mommy
True.
and daddy and see just you know blasting on camera.
Mrs. Krabappel and Principal Skinner were in the closet making babies, and I saw one of the babies, and the baby looked at me.
No, I have another.
Yeah.
That's another question though. What was the first horror movie you saw that just? What put you into it? Like, what was like the one movie? Maybe if you remember, like the one scene that just got you, and you were like, "This is it. I'm going with this forever."
You know, and I've actually been asked this many times. It's Silence
Well, I
of
take
the
it back.
Lambs.
No, I'm just kidding.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Anthony Hopkins, man, his performance just standing in that cell as Clarice walks up, and he's just that sinister vibe to him, and that I'll remember that. That's a core memory in my head from being a kid. You know, I was go to my aunt's house just to watch that movie over and over.
What's crazy about that movie? I don't remember the exact amount of time, but he's only
11
in that.
minutes.
Yeah, he's only in that movie for a very
Yeah.
short. If you take all of his scenes, it's like 11 or 12
Yeah.
minutes, but it's so iconic.
Yeah.
It's so memorable. Like when I think about that movie, I really think about him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Hence, you know, in our logo, Hormonger Club.
Yeah,
I
it's
had
the-
to have
the
it.
moth,
And
yeah.
that movie always, it was like a core memory for me, and loved it.
what'd you think about Hannibal?
I like Hannibal.
That
Well,
was
are you
fun.
talking about the series or
No, the movie, the
I'll
second
take
movie.
Hannibal.
Yeah.
Red Dragon, though, out of all of them, Red Dragon is one I can watch over and over as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but the series, I don't know if you've seen them.
I have not
The
seen
series
the
I
TV
did
series,
watch
no.
it. It was I didn't hate it.
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm glad that I watched it,
Right.
but I wouldn't be running around. I wouldn't watch it again right
Right.
away. Yeah.
What's that? The guy's name? He did phenomenal. Is
I
it
can't remember his
Hans?
name, but
Yeah.
Hans some he.
Hands make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was great. He was a real good actor. He did a good job as in that role.
Did you like Manhunter?
You know, I haven't seen that one.
That one's pretty good.
Is it?
Cause yeah, it's good.
It's a series.
No, Manhunter's part of the
Oh, part
Silence
of
of
the
the Lambs.
Okay. Wasn't it prior to that?
It's
Was
Red
it?
Dragon, but it's
That's
it's-
right.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same book, but Michael Mann. You know.
Isn't there also another one that's like, is it Black Sunday? That relates to it.
I think it's the prequel they did, the Hannibal Rising.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Because I
Because Black Sunday's that '60s like movie, right? Black Sunday.
Yes.
It's like anthology.
Yeah, I must be
movie.
And it's
mixing
a
that with
70s movie too.
70s, not 60s. Hey, I don't know.
No, it's two.
Yeah.
Both.
Oh, okay. That was a good movie too.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. So
So young Aaron's mind was blown off of Silence of the Lambs. That's what started it all, huh?
yeah, that was the big one. And
how old were you? Were you allowed to watch that movie?
Yeah, my mom was a big horror fan. You know, she had.
She just
tons of
passed it on to you.
Yeah, pretty much. Stephen King books all the time. Tales from the Crypt was like her favorite.
Cool.
So I remember she would always watch it. That's how I saw Hellraiser first time was, you know, she had it playing, and nothing really scared me. The only thing that really ever messed me up, probably laughed at me, I was terrified of Gremlins as a kid.
That makes sense because that movie was because as a kid you probably think about like what would you do?
Those little beady red eyes,
Yeah.
and the sharp teeth, man.
It's like what would you do if like two of them ran around the corner and it's
Yeah.
just you by yourself?
Right. Yeah, it's terrifying. So that was the only thing that really messed me up, and then, you know, maybe Tim Curry as Pennywise.
I was about to say it. Yeah,
Everybody in our
yeah.
yeah.
That movie was. I mean, that even though it was a TV movie, he was terrifying.
He was terrifying. My son though, he's 6. He watched you know, even when he was like 4, I'd show him that movie.
Oh.
It didn't phase him. You know, the kids now, it's like
Oh
they're
yeah,
a different breed, man.
they're so desensitized.
Yeah. My daughter watched Exorcist.
The
and
original.
Yeah, and she goes, "It was kind of funny." I'm like, "What?"
You can't
That
say
thing used to freak me out.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
She gets scared off other stuff, though. We'll be watching movies. She's always,
Yeah.
you know.
Dang.
But yeah, Exorcist, she said, was kind of funny. I think it's because it's kind of dated a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. What used to scare me, though, Pet Cemetery, the sister,
Oh, Zelda, who
when she runs up.
Yeah.
Like, why is she even in this movie? Like,
Yeah,
that
I
freaked me
know.
out.
I met
when I
that
was 10 years
actor,
old.
Andrew Hibitak. I don't know if I can't
Yeah,
remember
was
his
he
last
at Days of the Dead or
name.
something like? Yeah, okay.
Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one freaked me out when I went and saw that movie. Man.
The original Pet Cemetery.
That part
Oh,
was the one that freaked me out the most. Yeah,
Yeah.
like why are you running toward the camera? Ew.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Another one you could watch over and over, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the remake?
No.
No, the remake was horrible.
It was.
I liked the ending to a degree, like when they did the whole like they're not gonna take the baby, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden the doors open and you're like, oh, they took the baby. I liked that aspect of it, but the rest of the movie, I felt like it was just.
And Pet Cemetery Bloodline, I think it was called, or something like that.
You know, I didn't mind that. That's like the prequel.
Mhm.
You know, Judd Crandall's.
It's supposed to be
young
him,
character,
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mind it, but I
Okay.
wasn't like jumping over the table to watch it. You know, it was all
What,
right.
what do you think of like most remakes though? When you see something that you love and you see it like that they're
butchered.
doing. Well, even before that, like you just see something come out, or you kind of like, oh, they're gonna screw this up, or like I gotta see it.
You know, I'm very forgiving, as Justin, who works with me, who would say you're very open-minded, forgiving with movies. I try to find the best in everything. You know, I'd say I like to give them a lot of them a chance.
Yeah.
Give them all the benefit of the doubt because
Yeah.
all the hard work that they put into
Right,
it and everything
right.
like that. But some of those movies, you're like,
Yeah. But I
Some of
think
them like
there's-
don't touch it. Yeah, that's my
do you,
thing.
Terrifier? Do you watch like Terrifier and
Yeah,
all those?
yeah.
Do you enjoy those?
I don't mind it. I mean, it's a fun movie. It's not like one I'd watch over and over.
But what were you were gonna ask me a question? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Man, I can't remember.
When he said that I watch it like a lot of stuff for no reason.
I didn't say for no reason. I just said, well, you don't watch Tubi specials yet, though.
I don't, I
Tubi
need to.
originals.
I should
That's where
watch
the
TV
fun's at.
specials. I watched this one on Hulu where this girl like hatches this bird in an egg.
Yeah.
You know what-
Is it stop motion?
No, it's not stop motion.
Oh,
it's called.
is it like a Norwegian film?
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She finds this like egg, and then the mom like tells her
Yeah.
to get rid of it, and then she
Yeah.
pushes it. She like
I
hatches
like
it
that
in her.
movie. I just can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the name of it, but I thought that movie was.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm just gonna watch it. But I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
I did.
I
And
want
then when
to
she
say
starts to
or a
look,
Swedish film, I think.
and then she starts to. Oh man, I don't want to give it away,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you get a chance,
Spoilers.
watch it. Yeah.
It's pretty good. I like it. I love watching the weird movies, man.
Yeah.
Giving them a shot.
Cool.
The stop motion. Did you see that one?
Is that the one with the little?
Yeah.
the little whatever
It's
the.
weird.
Yeah,
It's real
but it was
strange out there,
nice
but it's
though,
cool.
because I was like wondering what was wrong with her. In the degree of like, is
Right.
she making this up or is this like really happening? And then you kind of like, I was back and forth. I was like,
yeah. Keeps your interest for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like ones like that. Like you're not sure. I hate the ones where you kind of know at the beginning, and it's like,
Oh, when it
I
gives
knew
it
it was
away.
coming. Yeah,
yeah.
and the payoff isn't that great. But I like
And when
the-
it is, you're
yeah.
like,
yeah, I like twists if they're good twists. Yeah, for sure. So
not like M Night Shyamalan. Just kidding.
we won't get into those ones. We won't get into those.
Except for The Village, that was great. Signs, I like.
You said The
those
Village was great.
movies. Well, I like The Village. I did like The Village.
I like Devil.
Yeah, the devil on the
That was cool.
elevator.
Yep.
I like that one.
I was
yeah.
a fan of that one.
I like Village. I don't care. I like that movie.
Okay,
I thought the
you
movie
like
was
what you
good.
like. No,
Most
Yeah.
of his movies I haven't seen, to be honest.
You're not missing
Yeah,
much.
that's what I
From
figured.
the beginning, you are, but then after that,
I mean, Sixth Sense classic.
Yeah.
The
Right.
recent ones were pretty alright. Old was great.
Old. I
Yeah,
haven't
that's the
seen
one.
Old yet. I
Yeah,
haven't
that
seen
one's
Old.
actually pretty good.
Is
Yeah.
it?
It's decent. I would if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna be pissed off afterwards. You're gonna be like, oh wow, that was better than what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Good.
Yeah.
So as a small business just starting out, like I always want to know like what are some of the obstacles and stuff that you're finding out like as you're
Yeah. Do you have
going
beef
along?
with other horror stores? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're not doing it.
No comment. Honestly, man, some of the obstacles I'm finding, and I think it's a great question. I got to remember, not everybody collects stuff like I collect stuff. I had this thing in my mind, this image that, oh man, people are always gonna be on the hunt for the good shit, the higher end stuff, like you talked about, and it's not like that at all.
No.
Every once in a while we get like 1 out of 100 people will be into the higher end stuff. Majority of people that are coming in, they're wanting croc charms or a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one selling item at the store is a freaking T-shirt, which is cool. Everybody loves T-shirts. But you don't got people that want the cast sign Hellraiser one sheet with Doug Bradley and everybody on it. Because they don't want to spend $400 on
Yeah, they want it. They just don't want to spend that.
It's
They
eye
don't
candy.
understand the
They like
price.
to look
Yeah.
at it and talk about it. But I'd say that's one thing I've learned since opening, and some of the obstacles. Honestly, it's all the behind the scenes stuff. Like landlord stuff, and your
Yeah.
all the back behind the scenes logistics and all that weird stuff. So
On the landlord thing, can I ask him about the AC?
If you want.
So, do you have to pay for your own AC
Yes.
repairs?
yeah, and I actually want to tell. And
But you don't get to keep the AC?
I'm actually really happy you brought this up. That's, for a second,
Something
I was
recently
like, "Who are you
happened."
talking to?
Yeah.
Who you been talking to?" 'Cause my number one first rookie mistake as a business owner is I looked at the property where I signed my lease and didn't check the AC units. And
Do you have more than one?
I have two. 'Cause
Oh.
it's 2 suites, and we knocked the wall out.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't check either of them. And come to find out, once the contractor's doing all this work, we're remodeling, we're doing the tile, everything, the AC units are fried.
Shot
Shot,
completely?
like no repair, like
Whoa.
super old. And it was an expensive bill because I was responsible for them.
But do you get to keep them?
No, that was actually a question. When I leave, since I'm paying for it, can I take this AC unit with me?
They were like,
And I
no.
knew the answer would be
But
no.
I mean,
you
come on,
can't.
how does
You
that
can't.
work?
I don't know, man. Something's not right here. Yeah.
It recently happened to me, but when I was originally looking at my contract, they said I was responsible for the AC, any like repairs or anything.
Right.
And I'm like, it's not my building. So I went back to them. I'm like, I shouldn't have to pay for anything. It's not my building.
Right.
So they actually changed it to where I'm only responsible up to $1,000.
Okay.
And then when I tell people that have businesses that I know, they're like, how'd you get that? Because they go, that's standard that you have to pay for
Right.
the whole thing. I'm like, I don't know. I just told them I didn't think it was right. And then they changed it for me.
But why do I feel like you could almost get them for like, I think you knew that this AC was out.
If you didn't
know
get
what
it
I mean?
inspected, though, yeah, they,
For sure.
yeah,
And,
they might have known
But the cool thing is,
You should have kept the old ones and then do a little swap.
at the end.
Go on, go.
I will say my landlord has been amazing. He actually
good.
agreed to pay for one of them.
Oh, okay.
But it still was
Halvesies.
it was a $5,000 mistake I made.
Yeah.
still, for my half of it.
Well, you should be good for a while now if you stay there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be taking those ACs when I leave, though. I'll at least try.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always stuff you find out, like you said, behind the scenes. Like you get stuff from the landlords, like they didn't charge you enough for the stuff for the year, and then so they give you a little bill at the end. You're like, I've already been paying this,
Right.
and then they're like, oh, we didn't bill you right.
Right.
Prices were more, and then because they try to adjust it every year based off what expenses are going to be, but then like one time I got hit with a $500 one, and another time it was like $40. So
Yeah.
it's not consistent. But
It's just from all directions. It's a juggling act for sure, man. I'd say I learned a lot about the city and the state taxes and the city of Mesa and their rules and requirements, and it's definitely a learning experience.
did you know you had to pay the sales tax monthly? Like,
Yeah. Well, actually, I may have done it wrong, but I set mine up to do it quarterly.
Okay. That's for your personal, like that's for what you actually make though, but the quarterly one, like your regular
My
sales
sales
tax is
tax.
monthly. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be monthly, so that's
Oh.
something that needs to be changed. So I just sent $5,000 to the state for 3 months worth of sales taxes.
Yeah.
And it sucked.
It does.
Yeah, I'd rather do monthly. So like you said, like little things you're learning, I got to learn too.
Yeah, I know someone that opened, I won't say their shop, but they didn't know for like 6 months that they had to do it like monthly. So they were like, when the IRS or the Arizona Department of Revenue reached out, they were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
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 we
but
didn't know we had
and
to
you
do it.
know, we learn from your mistakes, and you can always bounce back from it.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, man, that's the hard part. And I will say that the biggest, I don't even know if it's a barrier, but the biggest thing is social media.
oh yeah."
It's insane.
It's a blast.
Oh, it's not. Dude, I hate social media. Like having to.
It's like a
post
relationship.
yeah.
You have to attend to it. You have to feed it. You got to take it out a little bit.
100%. Every day, man, you got to make some kind of post. And,
And
I'm
if
like,
you don't-
what do I fucking post?
Yeah.
What do I post? Just take a random picture.
And if you don't talk to it, you're getting ignored. Your
Yeah.
algorithm is going to knock you
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
It's wild. Dude.
That's tough because you just want to run a store and have people come in. And now you have to be a content creator, and it's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
But I want to keep it about the toys and stuff we do, not just off the wall stuff,
Yeah.
All right, so
Which that's what people like though. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know,
but it
I
doesn't
know.
have anything to do with what I'm promoting. So
Right.
it's like,
2 questions in one. What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to like the business side? And then what is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to customers coming in the store and like asking you or saying something or doing something?
we did our pet peeve at the beginning, like one of the early episodes. So you can go ahead. That's fine.
You know,
He doesn't like it when people come in and ask for toys. Go.
you know, I'm trying to think here. So, on the business side of things, biggest pet peeve. Man, I don't have a lot. You know, things have been really smooth, but I'm sure, you know. I'm
Okay,
still in
Mr.
my-
Fancy
I
Pants.
know,
No, just-
still in my infant stage. You know, 5 months open. You know, I'm sure there will be some, but I wouldn't even say it's a pet peeve. It's you know, trying to make like the biggest thing that stresses me out, I guess, is family time, like separating and making time for the family.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's probably been the biggest stressor. I don't even know if that would be like it's not a pet peeve.
But that's when you're like, Junior, come look at this movie. Come watch Daddy's movie with him.
Yeah, yeah. And then, but pet peeve on the customer side, and this is not to point out any specific person.
Right. No,
or
yeah.
anything,
It's
but
on good humor.
sometimes, you know, that parents will bring their kids in, and the kids will be on the phone or their little Nintendo Switch. And my son's like this too, so I fucking understand. But the parents will be super excited and talking to little Johnny like, "Hey, you could pick out anything you want." The kid's like, "Nah, let's go." I'm like, "Fuck, dude."
That's when you want to grab my shirt and be like, have you ever seen? No.
Oh, we get that in here too. Yeah, the kids will be like they're not impressed with
Not
anything.
at all. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like, I put myself in that kid's shoes and, like, man, as a kid, if my mom or dad said, "Hey, we're going to go to the toy store and you can pick out whatever you want," I'd be shitting myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be so
I'd be like,
excited.
what's my limit? Can I get a
Yeah.
big one?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Right, yeah, exactly. So, you know, when I see, you know, the new generation of kids that just have no interest in it,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I get it. He's on his video game console, his little Switch or whatever. Or he's texting little Sally on his phone trying to get a date or whatever. I'm like,
Playing those little jump scare horror games, but they're not really horror games. It's like,
so it's understandable, but
Yeah.
I think that's like, it rocks me because I'm like, I don't understand that.
you just want to knock little Timmy over the head and be like, could you look at this? Like, look at what you're missing.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the flip side, you have the one where the parents will come in and the kids want something and they don't get them anything, and then they grab. They're making sure they're shopping for themselves, and
Yeah,
the
I
kid
see
don't get
that too.
nothing.
100%.
You can play with my whatever at home, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's messed up.
yeah, yep. So I definitely get, I'd say that's my biggest thing is it kind of rocks me to my core. I'm like, I don't get it.
You don't have one of mine was like just people coming in like off the bat, like what's the lowest you'll take on this? Do you get
Oh.
like a lot of that?
Yeah, I'd say it happens often. I mean, it's more like there's some regular customers that come in, and I have no problem doing it with them, because they've been in so often.
Yeah, I get
You know?
that. Yeah,
Because I knew I was that customer when I met you. When I came in, I was like, you know,
but again, you were buying bulk and you're
Right.
buying higher dollar items. It
Right.
wasn't like a $5 item. Like, could you do 3 on this? You know, like,
right.
or what's the least you can do on this? It's like it's $5 already. Dude.
But we get, you know, I definitely get that. But then I think about it like, well, if you went into to Target and you're like, hey, I got
That's
this
what I
NECA
say.
figure off your shelf. What's the lowest you'll take? They're gonna tell you to kick fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Sorry, language. But that's, you know, I don't mind working with people.
Yeah, we started looking at it because at the beginning, you know, you want to get people in there,
Right.
but then we already have reasonable prices on stuff, so it's
Right.
kind of like if you're not spending a lot, like, and you're asking for a discount, it's kind of hard.
Right.
Plus, we do like sales for stuff, like different events. We do sales, and then we have a loyalty program, so it's like
Okay.
if you want to sign up for that,
Yeah.
eventually, you know, you can get a discount. But we're starting to shut
What do
it
you
down
get with
a
the
little
loyalty
bit.
program?
What do you get?
Yeah, what do you get with that?
So every like time you come in and spend over 5, you get like one star. Once you get 10, you get 20% off.
That's great.
Oh,
Like your
wow.
whole.
Love it.
not just one thing.
Purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because some people think it's only one item. I'm like, I don't care.
Can you
rack-
save it, or do you have to use it on the very next one after?
No,
you build
people
it up?
rack theirs up. You just can't use them together. Like you can't get 40%. Because I know some people that have like 22 stars, and it's like,
do they ever ask?
they've had, but I'm like, it won't even let me do it in the system though.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you get the
40%,
20.
man.
They're like, I get something for free.
Well, we had that happen the other day, so we did 50% off all comic books for free comic book day.
Right.
A guy, I guess, had hit his 10. So we gave him 50% off, and before James could see it, the dude hit the 20. So he got 70% off on some books.
And you can't really say anything, right?
You can't
You
use
can,
it. I mean,
but-
what do you do? Refund him and then be like, run it again? No, it's like, it's our mistake. We should have. I did mention it in the post, but he should have mentioned it. But we don't know till they put in their number what they have.
Right. Damn,
So,
He knew what he was doing.
more than likely, but I mean, that's our mistake. And it's like, we're going to honor it, but it's kind of like,
I would've done the same.
yeah, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't do that. But
Yeah.
next time we just got to watch that, be
Yeah.
more aware now.
Yep. We like to do raffles too. Pretty often. I notice people really like doing that. Like every $20 you spend, you get a little raffle ticket. So we'll do that for like a weekend and do a live drawing on Instagram. I think you guys have done.
We used to do it at the beginning. So any purchase you made, you get a ticket. We do it every Friday. But then it got to the point where we were pulling names and people weren't picking their stuff up.
Oh,
And I'm
really?
like, yeah, I'm like, well, if nobody wants these, I'm like, because we just do mystery bags filled with
Yeah.
like stuff. So we might get back to doing it, but I don't know.
Do you think you'll be showing up at one of these epic toy shows?
Myself,
Yes.
I'm gonna do my damnedest. I know that Jason had wanted me to, but
When is that?
I overlapped booking.
Ah, what do you got going on?
I got a little something. in the
Oh,
works,
can we talk about that now, or
Yeah,
we
sure,
wait?
why
Yeah, let's
not,
bring
dude? I
that
haven't
up. Yeah.
announced it yet, but might as well. Screw it.
You guys are gonna hear it here first. He's got a special announcement going on.
Yeah, so June 21st, that weekend, we have a little sales market event, our first one
Oh,
that we're going to put on, and renting. There's a banquet hall in our plaza called Pearl's Banquet Hall.
Okay.
10,000 square feet, good
Ooh.
size.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a little sales market there, and we got a little.
Any special guest?
Yeah, we got a little guest celebrity. So we have Patty Mullen from Frankenhooker coming.
No way.
For that.
You guys hear
Saturday.
that?
That's Sunday. Yeah, we're excited. So we'll be actually announcing it this week. So I'm sure you don't have to worry about timing for this. I don't care.
Can you give a little short story on how you made that happen?
Yeah. So we reached out. I reached out to the agent a couple times. And I know he's a busy guy, so didn't get any response, unfortunately. But reached out to her directly, and
You just took a gamble. You were like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try this.
yeah, and she actually gave me her phone number, and I call her very often to check in and make sure everything's still a go, because I don't think she's ever done anything out here in Arizona. So we'd be her first, and she's really popular on the horror community.
Absolutely.
Frankenhooker's a fun movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Fun movie is a good way to put it.
it's wild, man. So it's got that that New York horror
Yeah.
feel. Frank Henenlotter did it. So we're really excited, and we know a lot of the horror community would go apeshit for that. So
That's awesome.
So you're doing the show the 21st and then the signing the next day, or they're both the same day?
so yeah, to explain, we'll have
Yeah.
her at the show doing signatures, and then the show will be based on the schedule with the venue. We're doing an early 9 to 3 show.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have our friends over at the Creative Fun House. They're doing a show at Mesa Community College from 6 to 9. So it lines up perfect, same day. But Patty will be signing at our shop, or at the show, from 9 to 3. Continue signing at my shop from 3 to 5.
Okay.
And then we're in the works and getting a Q&A, live Q&A for the movie showing with our friends at Sin Asylum. And then on Sunday, 11 to 5 at my shop. Just,
Okay.
in-store signing.
So you're gonna try to run the viewing the same night too, like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be
full
crazy.
day.
Sunday
yeah.
or Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
a
the tickets
full-
are gonna go up. Like you just sell tickets, or how's that?
If our friends over at Sin Asylum, Danny, Aaron, and Sam, if they can get those the rights to
Yeah,
the
you have to get the
movie,
rights and all
yeah,
that.
then it'll be a go, and they would sell them through their website. They're great people.
Yeah, and they'd sell out pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys came. We just had one with Bob Elmore,
Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that was fun.
I was there by myself though, because Edgar gave me the wrong seat information. No, he told me in advance, and I waited too long to order. So
God bless Bob, by the way, man. He is have some health stuff going on. And he's getting older too.
Yeah.
So You know, he was a champ. He powered through nonstop autographs that day. He made a killing in autographs, and you know, he did a Q&A right after, and
He was done by then though, because he was
cooked.
even like,
He
one
ended
more,
it.
I'm
He's like,
tired.
"One more
Yeah.
question, yeah. So that was fun. We hope to have something similar with Patty. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna do a lot more with Sin Asylum? Like, you think, like, stuff
think
like
so.
that, try to bring people out, and that's kind of cool. Yeah.
And that's what I think it's about, man. Is you know, I hear that word a lot. Is the horror community. Community. Support the horror community. A true community. They work together. They lift each other up, and it should be like that. So, Sin Asylum has been great. It's not like a competition. We collaborate as a whole, and how can we benefit each other, and then which in turn benefits the horror community.
Yeah.
So
That's what we always talk about, AZ toy community. So
yeah,
there's always,
man.
you got to rely on that community. Yeah, and you guys should all be working together, or try to. I mean, not everyone works well together, but
Sure.
the people that do, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%, man. So, and it was a great turnout with Bob. That Aaron from Sin Asylum and myself, we talked to each other. We're like, holy crap, man, that's exactly how it should be. Like, we were just, it was heartwarming, and it felt really good to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're able to get some of those people out here, it's kind of wild. Yeah, if you get some connections and you start getting more people.
100%, man. Yeah. We got another sign-in coming up soon, this month. Got Walter Phelan, who plays Dr. Satan from House of a Thousand Corpses.
That was so badass! Dr. Satan! Ah, Dr. Satan! Maybe he lives next door to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
it's gonna
in.
be fun.
He was in something else too, though, right? Wasn't he like a? Did he play like a?
Demon Knight?
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
knew he was like another like kind of
One of the creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also you know, I have to look up where his part was, but from what I read, he's in From Dusk Till Dawn also.
Oh, okay.
The
As one
original?
of yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, I will have to look more into that because I had no idea either.
Yeah.
And apparently he's in a band too. I don't know the name of the band, but
Okay.
there's a lot of shows too.
That's cool. You have to look that
pretty
up, see what.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get some info on the band, but yeah.
Yeah, we talked to him today, and he's excited to come out, and yeah, it's gonna be fun, really fun.
Are you guys doing anything with like any movie stuff with him, or just straight up signing?
Just signing on that
Okay.
one, yeah. I think it was just we would be really pushing it if we try to do like a Q&A on the movie on that one. And
Yeah,
just
I get it. Yeah, sometimes the timing's not right, but you can always maybe bring him back. You know,
Yeah.
if he does well on this one, bring him back. You know,
Yeah, for sure, man.
again. So
We've had a good turnout with the celebs. We've done 4 now, 4 celebs in store signings, and it's been fun.
So what is like your so you've been open, you said 5 months?
Yeah.
What
5
are like
months.
your short-term plans and then like long-term plans that you're looking at, like, you know, 1 year, 5 year, you know?
Yeah, short term is, well, we're changing things a little bit, so we decided we're gonna stay open 7 days a week.
Oh,
Okay.
Because we've had a weird schedule. We've been closed on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and I thought to myself, like, there's no point to be closed on those days. You know, it's just, if those days staying open, I mean, that pays rent right there, you know?
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of people come over to the shop, and we're not there because we're closed, and I get messages about it all the time. So definitely excited about that. That's more of the short-term goal, and then maybe to look into expanding online,
Okay.
doing online sales, but that's a whole nother beast. you
It
know?
is. It's like a whole second-time job right
Right,
there.
right. So
you gotta hire someone for that stuff, probably. Yeah.
maybe that's more long-term.
And then would you say like also long-term, like more guests, more shows, maybe getting a bigger shop, like, and
Yes.
stuff like that? Do you
Yeah.
do shows? Like, do you go and like sell at shows still?
No,
Not
I've
anymore?
actually that's never really been a big thing of mine.
Oh,
It
okay.
was more like on platforms like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and then there's a lot of private groups on Facebook for
Yeah.
horror groups, and I would sell in there. And that's kind of always been my platform. I plan to, once things are settled in, maybe after the first year being open, maybe try some out-of-state shows. You know, try and do some stuff like that, and just networking, meet people, and eventually, long term, once things are really good, and I got to pump the brakes with it because I want to do it now.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
I want to put a convention on. I would love to
Yeah.
do like a convention, man.
But just horror, like a whole
Yeah, like a
horror
horror
convention,
convention,
that
yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah, so that's way long
Yeah.
down the road.
But it's always good to plan.
Yeah,
Think about it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
just
Brainstorm, come up with the
manifest it,
idea,
yeah.
manifest it,
Yeah.
make it a reality.
yeah. So that's
I
kind of
like
the
that.
goal, and then maybe even eventually look at opening another store on the west side.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a lot on the west side.
West Side, everything's Glendale, and then after that, yeah.
I don't think of anything. I don't think there's any
well,
horror
toy shows,
stuff.
horror stuff.
No.
Evil
Like,
Listings is over there.
More
Close to-
central. This
Yeah.
a little more central.
Okay.
I mean, like when I say west, I mean like Arrowhead Mall, Northwest.
Yeah, Northwest. You're talking
Yeah.
North Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah, North Phoenix.
Yeah, it's underutilized out there for that stuff for sure.
Sure.
Pretty good.
But that's that'd be a whole nother project down the road. I mean, there's definitely.
Yeah, you definitely want to be looking at growing, but yeah, definitely you got to see what
Yeah.
you don't want to do it all at once and then
Yeah.
something doesn't work and you invested all that money into it. But I always say at least do it or have that goal to do it and do it when the timing's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Like your store is plenty big right now. I don't think you need to
Right.
worry about
Right.
expanding anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
But
Getting more into auctions too, like online auctions.
Yeah.
We have a friend.
Is that what you do for like the more high end price objects and stuff like that? Is it the auctions?
Yeah, because
Okay.
a lot in those private Facebook groups,
Mhm.
those collectors collect the same way I like to collect, and that's the kind of stuff they're looking for. Different demographics.
They just don't want to leave their house.
Yeah. So, right. So doing those groups on Facebook auctions. I actually got one coming up this weekend.
okay.
Yeah. So Volta Horror is the name of the
Okay.
the company. The guy owns a shop on the East Coast, and we got our friends. They own a company called The Last Toy Store.
Okay.
So we partner with them. We got an auction coming up.
I think I've heard of them, yeah, because I know they do the Facebook groups where like you can schedule in like when you're gonna do the shows, right? Is that what you're doing, or is that yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
like the lives?
yeah, pretty excited about that, man. Really excited about that. It's just the worst part of it is just shipping. It takes forever.
Oh yeah,
Packaging, boxing up, and labels.
yeah. I was on my whatnot kick for a while, and
Oh,
it
nice.
was good, but then it just I spent the next day just shipping.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like it's got to be a better way.
Yeah. I always wanted to try that.
It was
Whatnot.
fine. I think it's oversaturated now, but I got in kind of not
Well,
early, not at the beginning, but like before it got really big. So.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of horror stuff, or were you
No,
just
I
doing
did
collectibles?
I did wrestling figures, like they were
Ah.
big on there.
Really?
Horror stuff, I mean, I don't have enough to like do that to get rid of because I keep it for the shop. Like I don't have an overstock of
Yeah.
that too much. Wrestling I did, and then like when we had overstock of like Marvel figures and stuff like that would be a way to move them.
Yeah.
But then everybody started wanting deals. They wanted everything for like $3, and they're like, "Why are you charging that much for shipping?" I'm like, "That's what it costs." So I can't really do anything about the shipping. I'm like, "That's what it is."
That's what people join for, right? The whatnot stuff.
hmm
Is it a lot of really good deals?
Now there is. I hear you can, if you score because you can get on somebody's like feed and they only have like 10 people and then they're putting stuff up for really cheap. Like you can score, you can kind of snipe. I haven't been on there in a while. I kind of got burnt out because we were doing real well, and then I noticed like people just weren't wanting to bid on or pay what stuff was
Really?
going for, and I'm like,
Damn.
I don't want to give stuff away either. You
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, I still got to make money.
Sure.
So.
Sure.
So I like doing the shows. It's good for promotion and selling stuff. So shows are always good. Like I always do other people's shows. Like I just got back from California. I don't do that too often, but I'm like, hey, James is able to be here. I'll go check that out, you know.
That's
So any extra money, any extra promotion you can do, you know, is always good. So glad you're going to be doing some shows. Like
Yeah, man, I'd love to, man. And I really was looking forward to doing this, but
Oh, we'll have more.
My dumb brain overlapped a schedule.
Oh,
with
we
that.
have more.
Oh, yeah.
That's
we have,
solid.
We'll have 2 more for this year. And then we're doing some stuff. We're going to branch off and do some stuff too at a smaller venue just so it's not always a big.
Yeah, and you're at the
thing.
shrine normally.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but I don't always want to just do something that big. Like it's cool to always do like maybe a more intimate with smaller, a smaller venue with like different stuff that we're selling too. Because we want to do like
Right.
a VHS one,
Nice.
kind of like a retro
Yeah,
show.
I love that idea.
Maybe sometime down the road with the Cult Classics Victor, we're talking about how he does the Monster Market. Maybe do a market there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a horror one, but not like really big with like guests and stuff. Just kind of people have stuff
Yeah,
there and come
yeah,
buy
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Do you normally do the Monster Market one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not doing the one he has the after party for Fan Fusion or whatever it is. I'm doing the Friday 13th one though that he's doing. He's doing a
okay.
night market. It's Friday 13th
That's in
night
June,
market.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then we got our toy show in June. So
Nice.
try to stay busy with stuff for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it sounds like you're busy all the time, so that's always good.
Yeah, gotta be. Definitely gotta be.
totally off topic. I was just thinking about movies. I was listening to you guys talk, but I was thinking about movies, and I was thinking to myself, what's one movie you wish you didn't watch? I know you said that you
Didn't
give them all the
watch?
that you wish that you didn't watch it. Like it was just a bad.
Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
That movie is so.
Were you actually thinking that?
I was thinking that.
This is not staged, by the way.
But you know, it's not. But that scene, real quick, that scene where they're like arguing, and then she slams on the brakes. You know what I'm talking about, right? And all of a sudden, she goes from like 80 to like 0, and then she gets out, runs across the street, and then all of a sudden she's by a real tree. You know, yeah, it was so bad. It was.
And no offense, you know,
Right,
whoever made
right.
the movie and did it, you know,
Kudos to them. They
good
got the
job for
rights. And,
trying.
yeah.
It just wasn't that good.
No, it was bad. The CGI, and I didn't understand why it was so bad because it looked like some of the scenes they were literally in a real forest, and then the camera would turn, and then everything was CGI. I'm like, why don't you just stay in that real forest?
You
like,
can't. I mean, it's hard to top the original too. Jeepers Creepers 1.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
Jump on that Tubi, dude. You'll find.
Tubi.
You've seen the first one, right?
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen them all. I just don't. I can't stand ads. I don't know why. Like commercials. I used to always watch commercials when I didn't have a choice, but now that I have an option,
we're a little pampered now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I want my horror and I want it now.
It's like when you go to a movie theater. If you can't order real food there, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
You said real food?
Yeah, like
get out. I hate real food at the movie theaters. I can't stand when the waiter comes in there and they're like walking by, like, excuse me, did you order the pizza? And I'm looking, get out of my face. I'm trying to watch the movie.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Or when the guy with the blanket, I don't. I mean, that's fine. I just don't because it takes me out of it, you know, because I did it. I tried it. I sat there with my little plate. I was cutting my food, but then I kept like getting out of the movie
steak?
And then like going back into it.
I
know it was like I went to the one in Scottsdale. They do
Roadhouse
they do have more like it was I believe it was steak because it was like steak spaghetti and like it was like a full blown dinner.
Okay.
And I just remember sitting there eating my food and I kept getting out of the movie and I was like trying to like focus but then like looking at my plate and then everybody kept turning their and everybody kept turning their little lights on, so like it just kept going in and out. I just, you know,
it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me.
Okay,
exactly.
it's all right.
I like the sticky floors. I like the popcorn, the soda, and I just want to watch the movie.
I was munching my sandwich, watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. I was like, need some meat.
Is that who I heard eating?
Yeah, I was all smacking
eating
it.
some meat.
Yeah, some meat. You play with that in the bathtub?
I would play with this in the bathtub. This thing looks great. The only thing I don't like about it, it's a game. There's no articulation besides the mouth, which is super cool. But this thing looks phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Would you say it looks phenomenal?
I would say it
Would
does.
you take this in the bathtub?
I would take it in the bathtub.
Hello.
With bubbles.
Hello, Clarice.
There you go. That was nice. I like it.
Even the little accessories are kind of cool though. Like for it being a game, like they're detailed. Like,
No, I know this thing is incredible looking. Have you seen this out of the box?
No, I haven't, man. I got a few of those ordered.
Well, here, hold it. And then we got like little accessories.
I haven't seen it out the box.
Comes
either,
with a
so
little
I'm kind of excited.
Rubber tire, like the detail on these tires. Look at this thing. It's NECA. NECA makes tires apparently. NECA. Is that a magnet or is it just
No, it's
straight
a
up
hook.
hook?
You gotta
Is that a
you gotta have
femur?
the skills.
What is that? Is that a femur? Is that a thigh bone? What is that one?
That's femur. Yeah.
That's a femur.
That's
You
what's
got
his
a
name's
tire.
femur.
Give me that skull right there.
Little Alex's femur.
Yeah.
Why does it look like somebody took him out first in the back of the
shark,
head?
A shark.
It
That's
does look
shark
like that.
teeth, man. Look,
Or he was in the wrong place. Oh,
Bruce got him.
maybe.
No, that's shark teeth.
Maybe.
Mafia blood in the book.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to say. 'Cause look at that. It looks like somebody took him out
Oh.
and then threw him down
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and Jaws just happened to get a hold of him.
Yeah, and there's a pistol too, so maybe that's the.
These are great, though.
Oh, yeah, this will be hard to do, dude. Put some in the mouth real quick.
So it's basically like Operation. Just how far back does it? Oh wow,
They won't get stuck in there.
It goes in there. You can't even see it. Look,
Oh,
they're like
that makes
in
it even
there.
harder.
Like, how are you even gonna hook that?
With skills.
Can
dude.
you even
With
see
mad
what- can
skills.
you even
Oh, I
see
hooked
what-
something. No, I didn't. See, I lost already. I'm dead.
You're dead.
Dang, what I hit? I hit
I
something
don't
on the
know.
side.
Hold on, we're all gonna take a crack at this real quick.
Oh yeah, you throw more in there. I only had a shot at 2 of them.
Hey, you said throw one in there real quick. All right, your turn. Go at it.
That's pretty cool, man.
Can you see? I can't even see.
Nah,
it
you can
there.
barely see in there. It's more like a.
Darn it. Is it gonna survive?
But while he's doing that, as a display piece, it is cool.
One eternity later.
Well,
When I first pre-ordered these, they only showed the shark, and then after I pre-ordered, then I found out it was a game because they just showed the picture of it, and then when they first announced it, like they actually put it up for pre-order right away,
Right.
and they
I
didn't even
think
show
this
like
thing
the
is
box.
rigged.
Who
In
made
3D?
the old one? Off the top of your head?
Ideal, I think.
Okay.
Something like one of those companies at the time. It was Ideal or one of those ones. Because I had it too. I picked it up at a yard sale one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing looks great.
Did you get one?
No,
It's kind of.
Put your
it's ridiculous.
put your fingers in there. Try to get it.
Realistically, though, if I was in the water with a shark, what would you do? If you turned around and you felt something graze your leg or your back, and you turn around and this thing is looking at you, what are you gonna do?
Oh man.
Can't do it. Punch it in the nose.
You're gonna punch it in the nose.
Yeah. So we got scuba certified a couple years ago. Me and
Okay.
my wife and her dad, and that was like a gift for them. And we did scuba diving in Hawaii, and it was great, man. It was we had nurse sharks,
Okay.
reef sharks, nurse sharks swimming around us, and a few white tips. It's terrifying, and they're not even that big of sharks. I couldn't imagine one of these big ass great whites swimming with, or
I'm gonna
tiger.
ask it right here, right now. 100 people versus a great white shark. Who do you think is gonna win? You just throw them in a swimming pool size, and you got 100 people,
People.
at a shark.
Because I'll start beating the shark with the people, like the ones like body parts.
So wait, are we saying people or zombies?
Oh.
Well, zombies would just sink. I don't even know if he would go for them. If we're gonna throw a
You ever
horror
seen the
spin
movie
in there.
Zombie?
Yeah, who won in Zombie? The shark kind of won.
The shark one,
Yeah.
but that's like
Yeah, but this thing's great. I love it. The box looks good.
Yeah.
How many of these do you have? in
I
the
only have
shop?
one left. I almost sold out of them. Yeah.
Okay, so this is it. This one's on sale here in the store.
he's gonna
in
be
the
getting
store.
his shipment in though.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if you can't get it at Polar Bear Pop Cultures, then you can get it at Horror Mongers.
Yeah.
Jason's got them. Aaron's got them. These things are awesome. I'd pick it up just because of the way it looks. It looks incredible.
Yeah, like I said,
You know
good
what I
piece
mean?
just to
Yeah.
have out. Like if you want to play the game, fine, but like you can just put that
We're
on your
just playing
shelf.
the game when it just looks cool.
Yeah.
I can't even see this stuff in there.
Give it 4 out of 5 or what?
Honestly, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I just like the way it looks. I like the little blood smear on it. I like the little black solid eye. I mean, it looks legit. You know, I would definitely get it.
Okay.
Hands down.
For good price point too, right?
Heck yeah.
They've gone up though on eBay right now. They're selling like kind of crazy.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Good old eBay.
Yeah, and I love these accessories. Look at these things, man. Look at this rubber tire. You just no reason. You just get an awesome rubber tire.
A NECA tire.
A NECA
A
tire.
NECA
Don't
tire.
forget. This kind of looks like Spider-Man's camera.
Spider-Man's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Popeye's anchor. Yep.
Well, that's awesome. That's what we got for the
Yeah.
unboxing.
5
We
out of 5.
5 out of 5. We appreciate you guys coming and checking out this channel. We appreciate our special guest right here. Please hit the like. Please hit the like, subscribe, smash that bell notification so you know one of these awesome videos come out again. And come back and check us out next week.
Yeah, and real quick too, where can they find you at Horrormonger?
So Horrormonger, 1455 South Stapley Drive, Mesa, Arizona. We're in Suite 26 next to ATL Wings. Search us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's where we're doing all of our announcements for celebrity signings. So a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, make sure you're checking them out.
Cool.
Sweet.